I thought we had our opportunities. I think this game really boiled down to our ability down there in the red area. 2 penalties, 2 turnovers. One went for a pick six. And then obviously defensively, our inability to stop the run. And that's really what the game, boiled down to. That's what the game was all about. So I'll take your questions.
It seems like the red area's been an issue pretty consistently throughout the year. Is there a commonality that you guys have detected after 11 games?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think one of the things is, when you get down there and then all of a sudden you go from 1st and 10, a positive gain, and now it's 1st and 20, that puts you behind the sticks. It makes it more challenging. So I think that's one area that, has been a problem is the penalties, which it's 1st and 20. So I thought that was a big factor today, because on a couple of those plays that, I thought we were going to be in, pretty good field position and pretty good down and distance situation. So I think penalties are probably a big factor.
Yes, at this point, do you feel like it can be fixed? Do you feel like the red zone issues can be fixed?
Yeah, look, I thought the red zone was improving. It wasn't good enough today. And you have an interception and a fumble when you get down in there to a red area. That's a problem. And then when you get 2 penalties that put you in 1st and 20, that's a problem.
Dennis, why do you feel like it was so hard for the defense to stop the run today?
I think they won the line of scrimmage.
Do you think that is a matchup issue or a scheme issue?
Yeah, I think we just got to look at it. I mean, obviously, I felt like they did a good job of blocking us up front, and we'll look at what we can do schematically, maybe to be better there. But yeah, I think that was a big factor is them winning the line of scrimmage.
Right along the lines of Rod's question, this late in the season, if it is a matchup issue, can that be fixed with the people you have, with like a month left?
Yeah, look,
so in the year?
yeah, we're gonna keep working until we get it fixed.
Well, on that, it looked like Derek was throwing a fade to AT, and AT didn't.
AT thought that he'd false started and thought that they had called a false start, and so he didn't run the route.
Yes, how do you assess Derek's play tonight?
Some good and some bad, obviously I got to go back and look at the interception to see exactly what happened on that. Look, I knew Bates was a really good player, and it's not the first time he's made a play like that. So I thought there were some plays that Derek made, and I think there were some plays that we'd like to have back.
Chris Olave had a big first half for you, then he gets hurt. What happened? What did you see out of him in the first half, and then what happens to your offense when you lose that?
Yeah, well, look, I mean, it's not just that. I mean, we ended up, losing Shaheed. He got hurt early in the game and tried to kind of battle through, wasn't himself. We ended up taking him out, and then obviously Olave, went out. He's in the concussion protocol, so when you're playing without your top 3 wide receivers, it presents some challenges. I thought Lynn Bowden stepped up and did some nice things, so that was encouraging to see. But yeah, I think it makes it much more challenging. Again, I thought we moved the ball well. We just couldn't finish down there in the red area.
How disappointing is it that after doing a guy's self-scout kind of during the bye week that a lot of the same issues occurred?
Well, specifically red zone issues. Yeah, well, yeah, penalties. That hurts. Not taking care of the ball, that hurts. Yeah, I mean those are challenging things, and yet, again, I thought we moved the ball well. So we got to keep working on the red area and try to find ways that we can protect the ball better, and we can't have the penalties.
How do you assess it, like when you guys are
2 holding penalties, right?
How do you assess it when you guys are moving the ball and it looks like there's yards, but there aren't points? Like, how do you weigh those 2 things? Like, how are you optimistic about like the moving the ball but not score? Like, how do you?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that just really gets. I mean, if you're able to move the ball, that's obviously a positive, right? And so you feel like, well, we should be able to move the ball down there in the red area. And again, I felt like we did move the ball down there in the red area. But again, when it's going to be 2nd and 3, and all of a sudden you're looking at 1st and 20, it's a totally different ball game. So That's kind of where I attributed it.
That's when Ramczyk had to leave the game, like it was like a third down play. Was it like
Shoe.
an issue?
Yeah, shoot.
On that drive, there were 4 or 5 guys that went out. Just how tough was it? Just to
Yeah, look, it was, yeah, that was challenging, obviously, when every other play, you got a guy going out, and then obviously Ram goes out, and then Landon goes in, and, then we end up giving up the sack, so I think that it was challenging to figure out the personnel there for a little while.
What's the message to the team now? 5 and 6, tough one today, like just kind of going forward.
Yeah, look, go back to work, go back to work, and, let's work to be better next week. Obviously, we got some guys that got to get healed up, and we'll see where we're at in